Good evening. Hope you enjoyed that bit of Persona music. A game I'll get around to eventually. But tonight is more Valhalla. Why does the music feel so low? Because I intentionally set it lower than the sound effects. Persona. I want to play Persona at some point. Get into that series, because I've only heard very good things, and from the little bit that I've seen, it looks like a lot of fun, and the music is nice. So, whenever I find a lot of time, I can play through those games. Danganronpa is another one I'm curious about too. But anyway, what the heck were we doing? I don't even remember what happened last time. We didn't skip a day, did we? No. I don't think so. Stupidly slow and long, but has tons of charm. Well... If it's really that slow, then maybe... I don't know. I don't want to spend an eternity playing it. But if I ever got to have a more rigorous streaming schedule, then maybe. But anyway, what's going on in Jill's life? I really don't feel like anything significant happened last time. I know we had the mega Christmas party, and then after that, Jill started seeing visions of Anna, some like corrupted projection of herself. Or something. Evening. Hey, Jill! Let's have a New Year's party this Saturday! Isn't that a bit soon? Why? Did someone famous get killed at a New Year's party? No, I mean... Never mind. Sure, I'm in for it. Great! And Gil? Oh, he's coming too! I mean, it's not like he has anything else to do. Hey. No, I mean, where is he? He was escorting a client of his to the station. He should be back any second now. Back? See? So, you coming to the New Year's party too, Gil? It's not like I have anything else to do, so... I told you! We're depressing people. Oh yeah, the kid from the other day, Gabby, I think you called her, asked me to give you this. I believe it's a note. A note? From Gabby? Let's see. First of all, I want to apologize for my behavior before. I was still hurt by my sister's death, and it wasn't fair to take out all the stress on you, let alone put the blame on you. That's right, Gabby was Lenore's sister. So, it feels weird to ask this of you after how I treated you, but I really want to talk to you. I want to catch up, to chat for a while, to do what you were doing with me before I lashed out. I want to understand this freedom you talked about, the fear that drove you to a fight with my sister. I'll come back to the bar on the 31st. It won't take much of your time. If you don't want to see me after all that, I'll understand. But please, I really want to talk to you. Wow, that girl has a big vocabulary! She was always a smart one. The 31st is written in different handwriting. Oh yeah, she asked me when would you be here and relatively free, so I told her about the party. I also assumed you'd say yes to the party, which might not have been the best idea now that I think about it. Boss, I'm having second thoughts about coming to the party. What? Why? Because I really don't want to face Gabby again. Now it's coming back to me. What drove me to never go back and apologize after all these years? Fear and shame. Shame because I know I made a hideously stupid mistake, and it's painful to face your mistakes. And fear of what they might say. With Lenore, we never broke up formally, so I was always afraid that if we were to meet again, she'd break up with me. And I don't want Gabby to tell me that she hates me to my face. Lenore was in the right to break up with me, and Gabby is in the right to hate me. But I don't want her to. Maybe if I never see her again, she'll never tell me that, and...
Jill, you idiot! You're thinking backwards. Didn't the letter say she wanted to understand you? If you bail out on this, she will hate you. Not only that, but you're getting a new chance here. Do you want to live the rest of your life running from another memory? Didn't you just say to Armitage that you hated feeling like that?
Armitage?
Titty hacker!
Alma, right.
I don't know what happened when you fought with that girl's sister. But now you have a chance to make amends. And not only that, you have us watching your back. I know what I said! So I want you to think about this. One day of fear, or a lifetime filled with regret. Which one do you pick?
Yeah, you're right. I hated feeling like that. I won't run away this time.
Good, because I would have gone to your apartment and dragged you out of there if need be.
Hey, boss. Thanks.
That's what friends are for.
Yeah. Anyways, let's start the day. So maybe that will be the... Oh, I can mix these up just by, like, clicking on them like this? I never knew that! I could pick all of my favorite songs, all 2 of my favorite songs. And then I never have to reselect them again, but, well, here I go reselecting them again. Time to mix drinks and change lives. You want to find more games with custom characters. It is really fun to involve people like that. I'm trying to think of some other good ones. I mean, obviously Death Road to Canada is great. I'm thinking too much about, like, single player ones. I don't know why I keep going back to Bethesda games with the character creators there, but that's not quite right. But I know that there are a lot of games with, like, Twitch integration where you can have, I think, people, like, actually pop up and help you. Or, maybe, like, pet simulators. You can name your pets or your Pokemon in a Pokemon game. Did I just call Pokemon a pet simulator? Let's not continue down this thread, because it's going nowhere. Seriously, though, it's the second note that has stirred such feelings in me. Second one. 2 weeks ago, I got another note in the mail. This one was from Lenore.
Was that the envelope you took away from me in a panic?
Yep.
You haven't opened it. Well, why not open it with Gabby? You're facing one fear, might as well face the other.
Maybe. Don't push her, Chief.
I'm not. I just know she's capable of doing all that. I'll go secure stuff for the party. Call me if you need anything.
Keep it up, Jill. Thanks. Happy holidays! Someone's happy. We held a party for the staff and their children. You should have seen the faces of those kids receiving gifts. Oh, that's right. Stella hosted some big, like, grandiose party at her fucking billionaire mansion.
Nabbing that Santa suit at the last minute the other day was totally worth it.
Santa dresses seem to have been popular this year. I heard they were sold out in most places.
There was this weird shortage of Santa suits, but luck was on my side this year. Sorry for that outburst.
Why? You look so happy. I felt happy too. You shouldn't hide your happiness.
Anyway, can you get me a Cobalt Velvet, please?
You know, you're right, Doc. Stella is rarely seen without say. Sure. But I have no reason to believe that she's not okay unless something happened at the party. Here. Thanks. Are you meeting with Say today?
She should be here in a bit. She told me she wanted a drink here, and since I was coming here too... Sadly, I can't stay for long. I have some errands to run.
How's she been lately?
She's better. Her wounds have been healing really nicely. If only she stopped scratching at her bandages so often.
What about her eye?
Eye? Oh, hers. Sorry. It'll take longer to heal, but as long as it's kept clean, there should be no problem. But to be honest, I'm more worried about her emotional wounds. She doesn't show it, but she's had depressive bouts from time to time. And who can blame her? Her life changed completely. The job she loved no longer exists, and she was used as a disposable pawn in the whole bank affair. I'm afraid it will all make her go back to her old ways.
Old ways?
There was a rough spot when Say was a teen. Oh no, not Say. Her mom's clinic was about to close, and then her biological father, who was an asshole, showed up. And the teachers at her school didn't help. Say is not a slow learner by any means, but her way of learning stuff is different. She needs equivalences to things she knows. You need to get a bit in her mindset. Once you get this, she's a fast learner, but schools don't have that kind of patience. They basically branded her a failure, and she even dropped out. I would have suggested a special course somewhere else, but that would have offended her. She's always been against being labeled as special or different. Anyway, Say was totally different during that period. You just labeled her. Foul-mouthed, short-fused, always frowning, the total opposite of how she is nowadays. From time to time, I see that old look across her face, and it scares me.
You're comparing her to her teen self, though. People mature. Maybe she'll show signs from time to time, but I bet Say knows better than to go back to that.
I hope so. Get me something cold and sweet, will you?
What, another Cobalt Velvet? Isn't it? I know it's cold, and it's got ice in it. Bubbly, classy. Oh, it's burning, really? See, I was equating Cobalt Velvet to something like a red velvet, which is a dessert. Wait, what the heck even is red velvet? Isn't it supposed to be like a type of chocolate? Alright, it just needs something sweet with ice in it. Not that. Grantini? No, Blue Fairy maybe. No, really, that doesn't have ice in it, but it has the word blue! I still don't know my drinks, apparently. What? But that's... Oh, a Moonblast. If a Moonblast is the only sweet drink that's also cold, why not just ask for it specifically? Jeez. I messed it up. And I think I served it too. Accidentally. Power Delta, 1 Flanagride, 2 Carmetrine. Oh, blended. That's what got me. That's what did it. Red velvet isn't just a color, Doc. At least not where I'm from. It's absolutely a flavor. There are specific like baked goods and cookies and stuff that are called red velvet, and they have a very distinct taste. It's not exactly chocolatey, but that's like the closest thing I could equate it to. It's weird. Anyway, I've been I've been buying red velvet Oreos at the store lately with like cream cheese cream instead of just the regular like shortening. And they're really good. They're really good. I'm garbage. This is the kind of stuff Say asks for, you know? Now that you mention it. So, I take it Say's family situation isn't exactly fine and dandy, huh? It's a mess they've tried to fix over time, and I'm glad to say they've actually done it. Yeah, sure, the color has nothing to do with the flavor, Doc, but I can't think of any other like thing that tastes like red velvet except for things that are called red velvet. So anyway, in my mind, Cobalt Velvet is like a blue spin on red velvet flavored things. Say's mom had a really abusive relationship with Say's biological father. Sadly, like many women in that situation, she just tried to justify his actions. Oh boy. I know what that's like. But apparently, things got nasty when Say's mom, Miss Emmy, got pregnant. At that point, she had an epiphany, one could say. She didn't want that guy to raise her child, so she finally sought help. Things weren't so easy, though. Before the authorities could take him away, Miss Emmy got a serious beating from him. She still uses a cane to walk, thanks to that. She moved here. Say was born. She started her veterinary clinic. So, did he come back? He was drunk and couldn't find any drugs, so he made it to the city. He caused a ruckus for a couple of days until Say managed to scare him off. How? She beat him near death. 3 times. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but... Oh, don't worry. I laughed too. The dramatic irony there is delicious. I've been wondering, can you really be so calm in the lower parts of the city? I mean, the streets are not exactly safe. And a cat boomer is sure to become a target. Well, I have my security staff with me at all times, so there's no problem. Besides, this part of the city is comfier. Come again? Sure, Uptown is cleaner and maybe more secure, but it's also too sterile. Around here, you can actually feel the warmth of the people. You feel there's people living. I especially like going to a busy food stand. I feel a warmth there that Uptown doesn't have. It's also easier to talk to people. You finally came. Welcome. If you try to talk to someone in the upper part of the city, they either shrug you off or flat out annoy you. The people around here, a bit wary, but they're also more likely to talk to you. Not that things aren't nice there, though. Can I get you something? I feel like having a beer. Make that 2. But I just want 1. Oh, Say, you lovable idiot. Sorry, I shouldn't call you an idiot. I'm asking for 1 for me, adding 1 to your order. Oh, that, right.
2 beers for the girls.
But maybe I can make 1 big one. And then you 2 lovebirds could share it with like 2 crazy straws. Just sipping a beer from a straw. Oh, how cute would that be? All mixed. So that's 1. I would totally do that on a date. share a beer. Here. Thank you. Thanks. Say, you should have seen the kids after you left. They were all playing with the toys you picked. You nailed it again this year. They were all asking, "Where's Say? Where's Say?" Why do they call you just Say when they can call me Auntie Stella? I don't look that old. Don't worry, they still like you. Sorry I had to leave, but Mom worked overtime that night and I couldn't leave her alone. What happened? Where is she looking? Well, there were fireworks and some dog thought it'd be safe to hide in a jar. The little guy managed to get his head and a paw inside before getting stuck. And it was plastic, so they couldn't just try to break it. That's messy. She needed someone to hold the dog while she worked. And poor fella was scared.
Wait, so is it like a talking dog? I wonder? Oh, imagine things he might have been saying with his head stuck in a jar. Well, I'm out.
Oh yeah. We'll have a New Year's party this Saturday if you want to come. Sure, it's better than depressing myself with my dad's woes about the next fiscal year. I'll be here. Bye, Jill. Bye, Say. Careful. Please come again. You want to come too, Say? Oh, I'd love to. I'll also make up for not coming last time. How was the party? Pretty nice. We played Truth or Dare. Oh, heck yeah, party with Say. More Truth or Dare. Had some fun. Broke some glasses. Ate lots and lots of food. Seriously, looking back, the amount of food was ridiculous compared to the number of people who were there. Better leftovers than left hanging, don't you think? Yeah. Can I get you something? Oh, let's try something classy. Okay. Something classy for Say. By type. I don't make too many... Well, I guess I do make plenty of classy drinks. I haven't made a bad touch in a while. I don't know. Has Say, like, interacted with the dogs very much? I feel like she hasn't. And that would totally be her thing. Hold on. I'm gonna make myself a drink as well. I have a very hot, tall glass of melon tea. It's so good. Yep, this is the thing. Stella came in quite cheery about Sunday. This Sunday? Oh yeah. Well, you know, her birthday is actually the 25th. Really? There's a weird story from when she was a kid. She heard Mega saying the story, and somehow she got it into her head that by being born on the 25th, she was the spiritual reincarnation of the original Santa. That made her start giving out gifts like crazy. She got over it, but the gifting stuck to her. Spiritual reincarnation. Well, the story says the Redmond family destroyed Santa's spirit. Oh, Jesus. Literally. And that Mega Santa was reborn as a manifestation of the Christmas spirit. She thought she was the old Santa spirit in a new body. That girl was delusional as a kid. Huh. Speaking of things you did when you were young, Stella mentioned she's worried about you going back to your old ways. Something about a rough period where you were angry or something. Oh, that. It's sweet that she's worried. But I won't go back to those days just like that. Even if I face the same situation, I'm more mature, you know? I'm not a teen anymore. Expected as much. Told her as much. Hey, can you get me something bubbly? Sure. Something bubbly for a bubbly girl. I like how bubbly is a flavor. I probably mentioned that before, but I never think of bubbly as a flavor. A texture, maybe, but... Frothy water sounds like probably the most bubbly thing there is. looks just like a beer. Here. Bubbly, bubbly. Hey Jill, this might seem a bit random, but do you remember the first time I came here? I kinda do, actually. Yeah, you're the second white knight I've served. I remember why. Precisely because of that. I've been meaning to ask you about that story. How was your other experience with a white knight? Sure, I'm sure the bubbly part of it is just carbonation. But carbonation still doesn't sound like a flavor to me. It's still like a texture. I don't think bubbles have a taste to them. If I had to put it simply, the total opposite of you. Oh. She came here as part of her work, looking for information on some case. I went through the motions, offering her a drink and all that, but she came only for her job. At first I thought she was just another private eye, but she showed me her badge and all. Oh, what kind of case was it? I wouldn't know. She never told me, but she asked if I saw some people. She got pretty intense when I told her I had no idea who she was talking about. I suggested she ask the vending machines outside, and they told her the suspect climbed on them. She got her info and she left. Pretty professional, if a bit intimidating. She seemed personally invested in the case, though. The way she lost her cool was suspicious. You seem to be pretty good at reading people, Jill. It makes me kinda jealous. No, I'm not good at that. It's just a coincidence that I noticed it. But you noticed it. I'm not good at reading people. Even if the cue was thrown in my face, I wouldn't be able to see it. I'm sure you can compensate with another skill. At least into your eye heals. Any particular reason you asked me about that event? Not really. I just found the fact that I was the only other white knight you served a bit weird. I mean, really? Just two? Weird, I know. I've spent most of my life with almost no interactions with white knights until I met you. Means you've had a nice life then. That sounded creepier than I thought. A bit, yeah. Well, I'm done for today. Thanks, Jill. Please come again. I'll go take my break, Gil. Sure. That seemed like a pretty quick day. Or half a day, at least. But it's always nice to see Sei. And I'm so glad she's coming to the party. Now I'm excited again. All over again. I wonder if I left food for 4. Alright, this time I'm gonna just try shuffling these a bit. Okay, I'm hit. Dorothy? You won't get through the bar anytime soon. You can stop walking. Honey. You want something? Is she okay? The usual, I guess. Usual. What's wrong with her? What does she usually get? I actually don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Now I feel really bad. Is it a fluffy dream, a sugar rush? No, plenty of people ask for a sugar rush. Do you remember, dog? I'll just give her a sugar rush. Here. This is nice. Nice. Okay, you're freaking me out. What's up with you? Hey, honey, how do you know it's real? How so?
I mean, how do you know if what you see is an actual thing? How can you tell if what you see around you is actually happening? What tells you everything is not actually a fabrication? What tells me I'm not just a simulation in a computer?
And those ponderings brought you to the bar?
What? Oh, I'm in the bar. Am I?
Dorothy, have you been talking to Virgilio? So you're having a solipsistic crisis of sorts. Fuck. I've never seen that word before.
Solip what?
Exactly. Solipsism, the theory that the self is the only thing that can be known to exist. Thank you, Jill.
See, that's another thing right there, that word. Solipsism. What does it even mean? Where the hell did it come from?
Well, solus means alone, and ips means self.
Yes, but how did it come to be? Do you expect me to believe that a lot of people just randomly decided to make noises? And decide, hey, let's make that noise that means this. It doesn't make sense. Words don't make sense. I've been repeating words for a long time and they've stopped making sense. Why?
Calm down. That's just semantic satiation.
Stop making up words, honey. And then there's this counter. How can I be sure the counter is really here?
It is. People, stop tapping on it. Please stop tapping on it.
Hold on. Just making sure.
Should make her a drink at the very least. How about a fluffy dream? Anything. Stop tapping the counter so much. I'm this close to throwing this at your face.
Sorry.
So let's start from the beginning. Since when did you have this existential crisis?
Since earlier today, I think. But I don't know. It was all too sudden. I was thinking about everything that happened from a week ago until now. How much fun I was having, how much I loved everyone around me. And out of nowhere, the thoughts started piling up in my mind. What is love? What is fun? Are those feelings real? Is all of that real? Am I real? What tells me I'm actually in a body? What if I'm just some computer somewhere thinking it has a body? What if I'm just a human girl in a comatose dream?
What tells me that you're real? For all I know, I might just be a figment of someone's imagination. Or even just an AI simulation in some computer that thinks it's human. I've been there, Dorothy. That existential doubt and crisis, that uncertainty about whether or not things are real. It was a couple of months only, but I remember having panic attacks and scratching my arm to feel something. But the panic attack gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I couldn't feel the scratch, and the fear got worse.
What did you do to get over it?
Oddly enough, I read a book. The Last Reign in the World, one of my favorites. At one point, I cried with the book, and I realized I was crying over fake things, a story and its characters. I didn't care less for them because they were fake. Why not think of reality like that too? Even if I am a figment of someone's imagination, I still care about you. That's what I told myself, at least. It wasn't immediate, but that focus helped me.
I like it. Hey, can I take this drink?
I made it for you.
Thanks. Okay then.
What? I guess she's trying to come to her senses?
Woo.
Why did you throw it on your head?
To feel something you made.
And
it burns and itches a bit.
I'll get you a towel.
Delivery for Dana's. Oh, I've been here before. Sorry, it's red text, but it's a delivery for Dana. What if Dana is delivering something for herself? Oh no, it's not. It's Mr. Mario. It's a Kaneda. Mr. Mario, welcome back.
I have a delivery for Dana Zane. Who's that? She's my boss. I'll get it for her. Right, sign here, please. It's a big package. I wonder what's inside. You should open it. If it's something perishable, maybe it'll need to be refrigerated. Let's see. It's a wiener. A really big wiener.
Ah! Hey, honey!
Hmm?
The big package had a big wiener inside.
What will your boss do with such a thing? I don't... I don't how? What? I don't how she'll cook it. Perhaps she'll chop it? Maybe I don't know how she'll cook it.
Honey, it seems the wiener is too big to eat correctly.
Stop!
Maybe you could prepare some right now. What do you say, honey? Do you want some of your boss's wiener?
I don't... Seriously, Jill.
She's the one making the jokes.
And you're the one trying not to laugh too hard at them. Anyway, we all know if we dare cook this without her permission, she'll hang us upside down. She'll hang me upside down.
Hey, Jacket Boy, what's your name?
I'm Mario.
Come on, Mario, I'll buy you a drink.
He might have another delivery, you know? This is the last one, actually. I'll accept your offer. I'll have a sunshine cloud. Sorry, what?
I think he said sunshine cloud.
I did not. I mean a Mars blast. And you, Dorothy?
I'm fine.
Oh, Mario. I know what you want. You don't have to cover it up and put on an act for me. It's okay. Or Dorothy. Why am I aging it? Here you go. This is not what I...
It totally is.
Hey,
Call me Dorothy. You can also call me Darling for the right amount.
Yeah, Dorothy, why did you buy me a drink? Just to let you know, I don't swing that way.
What way, Lilum?
I'm a man's man. I like men, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with liking women, but...
Oh, don't worry. I wasn't hitting on you. I was thanking you.
Thanking me?
Your package let me see Honey here laughing like an idiot.
It's easier than you think.
That made me happy, and I don't know, it fit with what she was telling me earlier. I'm more calm than when I entered.
I'm glad to help, I guess.
Well, duty calls. Bye, Mario. Bye, John. Bye, Honey. Enjoy your big wiener.
Out with you. She seems like a nice girl. I don't mean for it to sound like a... I get it. Don't worry. You like guys, it's clear. And speaking of, you like motorcycles, don't you? I do, yeah. Have you been to the Motor District? I spend all my free time in the Motor District, actually. Why? Is it true what they say about all the illegal races going on there? You're not a cop, are you? As far as I remember, no. Well, I mean, there are illegal races, but there's also a semi-legal league going on there. Semi-legal? The authorities acknowledge that there's races going on. They don't know what goes on in them, however. Modified engines, casualties, substance abuse. The illegal ones end up being safer in the end.
Huh. Have you heard about a biker called Christine Love?
Ah, Miss Love, of course. Everyone knows who she is. What about her?
Is her gang as dangerous as they say?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Excuse me?
They look intimidating enough, but truth is that nobody has faced them directly. Moreover, nobody wants to be the one that got beaten up to a pulp if they turn out to be what they seem. So her gang is just there, menacingly doing their own thing, not bothering anyone.
Oh. Do you want anything else?
I'll have a piano man.
All right.
Mario!
Maybe. Maybe he's into manly men, but I don't know. Maybe he's like... I don't know what I'm trying to say, actually. Forget it.
Yeah, this is nice. This will sound weird, but do you believe in replibots?
Replibots?
There's the belief that some Lilum out there are designed to perfectly replicate a particular human. That someone or something replaces those humans with such Lilum. Thus, they call them replibots.
You know a lot about this.
I don't. It's in most magazines nowadays.
Well, it's the first time I've heard of it. What about it?
On my way here, I almost ran over my neighbor. He just showed up in the middle of the street. And I say almost because he moved really quickly out of the way. Then I went to deliver a package and somehow my neighbor was there, almost immediately after the whole thing. And he was there the whole time.
Maybe it was someone that looked like him?
He had the same looks, clothes, and mannerisms. Trust me, you know a perfect replica when you see one. And you saw the kid Lilum here. They could easily pass off as humans. There's even a Lilum idol singers nowadays whose voices can pass off as human. They could be passing off as humans under our very own noses, replacing us little by little.
At this point in time, I really doubt it. Lilum behavior is a bit different. You can easily tell someone's a Lilum because they seem... how do I put this? They don't care about risk and danger as much as we do. They treat risks with a lot more leniency.
Still, be careful. Keep an eye out for uncanny doppelgangers. I'm leaving. Thanks for everything.
Please come again.
What's your take on the Replibot thing? Do you believe in them?
Do you?
Not really, but I asked you first.
When I was in high school, I had this irrational fear of aliens. I was paranoid that they would come, and what would I do then? I remember I lost lots of sleep because of it.
Doesn't answer my question.
Well, let me finish. After many months of fear, I reached a conclusion that might as well apply here. It's useless to be afraid. I'm but a simple woman. I wouldn't be able to do shit against them. So I'd rather live without being afraid. Because the memories of not being afraid will be my only solace when the nebulae crabs invade. When the replibots come.
Jill, are you still afraid of aliens?
What part of it's useless to be afraid didn't you catch?
Right.
Back? Did anything happen? I discovered I have the sense of humor of an 8-year-old. Did anything new happen? Hey.
They brought you a package.
Ah, yes, my curated wiener. It's a gift from my folks. It was delayed in customs, but here it is. You guys want some of it? That's a new one.
So, I still don't understand. Is it actually food, or is it something else? Jill wonders if mannequin echoes actually bring luck. Oh, lucky cat, that's what we get to buy today. Every Chinese restaurant that I've been to, and I mean like shitty like takeout Chinese restaurants, every single one has a lucky cat. And I still don't know what they mean, if they mean anything. Should look that up. Anyway, let's save before we move on. What do you think, Doc? Are you afraid of aliens? Or replibots? I personally think that the day we make contact with aliens will be very exciting in many different ways. I'm not necessarily afraid of them, although there could be the potential for some batshit insanity. But there's an equal potential for some, you know, amazing positive consequences. Sharing of technology, of culture. Who knows? I guess it also depends on the level of sentience, but anyway, that's a whole that's a whole spiel. That's true. That's true. I'm afraid of people too. If I have so much anxiety just dealing with people on a regular basis, oof, forget about aliens. But who knows? Maybe I would relate to aliens more. Good evening. Haha, Jill! I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the dog? Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. Oh, is tonight the New Year's party? I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Oh, Jamie's here. What? He was here. What? Greetings. Anyway, let's start. What the fuck? Is Jamie here? I want a specific song. Every Day is Night. That's the best one. Time to mix drinks and blah blah blah. You're right, Jamie is very early. He usually comes like at the end of the day. That guy wouldn't come back twice.
Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago?
On Friday?
Yes.
There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone. Wait a minute. What the fuck is happening? I remember... Didn't this day happen like a week ago or something? What's going on?
So it flew by here.
I take it you know what made the noise?
Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard.
Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I gotta say.
So it remained in the vicinity.
I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Yeah, Jill's losing it. This isn't a bug in the game. This is just Jill going crazy.
Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now get me a Mars blast.
Oh, okay. No, I guess it isn't a bug, because this must be the third time we've seen him, if Jill is saying that. So maybe he's just investigating something that happened a while ago. Huh. Weird. One power delta. We're gonna go ride to Camartrine. All blended. Right now! Here you go.
Well, you didn't mess it up.
Sorry if I may interject.
You looking for a fight?
Most certainly not.
You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size.
I can fight dirty.
He kills people for a living.
I can fight dirty.
Jill, please. You make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that.
You're right. I'm sorry.
And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem like strong drinks. You seem to like strong drinks.
What about it?
Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking.
Okay, let's try the suplex thing.
Oh, Ingram's making a friend. Right. Let's give Ingram a suplex. just throw him on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Rocks mix. Here.
Good stuff. Like less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister.
Call me Jamie, and you are?
I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific file at... Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge?
I did, actually.
Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So, why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something?
The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity.
I see.
How does the expunge work?
You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution.
Would you like the sponge or the spray?
It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed while horrible pressure builds up in your body, and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes, in your gums, in your toes, everywhere, even in your cock. After all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies.
Ouch.
What are you having, Jamie?
This is a gut punch.
Yeah, I should have figured. Hey, give me one of those.
Sure. Gut punch Ingram in the gut. I would love to. And give him Karma Train, because we just want to make it as strong as possible. Here.
Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours, though.
I had a couple of extras in his, actually.
So where's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie?
Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons.
And the rest of the enhancements? Were you reconstructed, or have you been adding them over time?
Over time, either by getting a much-needed enhancement or through fixing injuries.
I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave.
Nice meeting you, Ingram.
Please come again.
Don't count on it.
You've said that twice.
Shut up.
Seemed like a nice guy.
Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch.
Maybe you caught him on a bad day.
Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. That guy tires the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood.
Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too.
A bad touch for Alma. Oh, Alma, titty hacker. Do 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 do. Here you go.
Joe, you have such a pretty sense of humor.
A petty sense of humor, not pretty. What would that even mean, a pretty sense of humor? Guilty as charged. So, what put you in a good mood?
Oh, yeah, that. Today, my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband, and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned my kids to my parents for the time being.
So she really messed it up, huh?
When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Ava comes and says, "Then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple." I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know, maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now.
You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you?
She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept on the same bed for a while. And then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all of that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there's something in particular I still can't forgive.
It's like Max and Chloe.
It was the day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters.
Ouch.
I think now is the moment that I finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid would admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off, and until we finally reached the breaking point, I felt betrayed.
And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years?
Hey! It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather, the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana that I am today.
How so?
She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult, you see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. But enough about me, how are you?
Everything's fine, aside from this note.
I know.
Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister?
Yeah.
I got this note from her.
Let's see. Wow. She must really feel bad about the whole thing.
As do I.
So, what's the problem then?
The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place.
Right. Give a Brantini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you.
Right. Sure, a Brantini. A little story. Yeah, that ad pops up sometimes, Doc. The $60 cup noodles, I'm guessing prices really inflated in the future. Or it's just some banging noodles.
This is the thing, let's start. Boo.
Oh, hell no.
This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements.
All I can look at right now are those boobs.
Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about her leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job.
What if I hire your high-ranking lips?
Shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held in her held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled. Hey Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. Alright, enough. Enough? Shit.
Peace out.
I know the girl is you, and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer? Sure.
Because a beer will not dry your mouth out more. No, no ice. No ice!
Here. Thanks. So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along?
Oh, yeah. I never had brothers or sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too.
I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you.
Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll be here. Remember, I won't forgive you.
Yeah. I'll go take my break. Alright.
You were here?
You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you. Didn't you hear him?
Anyways, call me if anything comes up. Oh, that Anna's causing some trouble. Where does the name Anna come from? I mean, it's obviously a projection of Jill's mind, but...
Oh, is it like the other part of the name Juliana? The part that Jill doesn't like? I'd buy that for $1.
It's less chilly today.
No, it's not Honor from Overwatch. Come on. More rest in the moon in winter. That's a terrible accent.
Actually, what am I doing? I'm just gonna...
We need Every Day is Night. Absolutely. Umimoto, sure. I just like the name of that one. I don't necessarily know what it is. Even though I've probably heard it many times now. It would help if they like showed somewhere what song was currently playing. I don't think it does though. Jill, a kid's looking for you.
Oh shit. Hey. Ah, Norma. Well, you're back.
Oh, fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right?
Crap, I said it out loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you.
She thought it was for her.
Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some.
Aw, so responsible, Joe.
I kind of faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me. And said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do.
And?
Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it'd be a waste to spend my money in a university just for me to not give it all my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore.
Glad to hear that.
And well, I wanted to thank you for that.
Me?
If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right, I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you.
Don't worry about it.
I'll leave before it's too late outside.
Be careful. Oh, so sweet. Shut up. Hey Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make a bleeding Jane, please. On it. Yeah, she was an underage girl that we convinced not to... Excuse me. Convinced not to use alcohol despite her mother. A while back. It's been a long time. But she seems to be okay. Thanks. Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character. Don't know. What are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces over there. Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you please give me a hand here and serve a beer? Sure.
She must not sin and drink the unholy liquid in the eyes of God.
Thanks. Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There! Can't see anything. Did she change the border? You sure? Yep. Weird. She totally did. Nobody expects the Dorith Inquisition! Dorith Inquisition, ow, I bit my tongue. Ugh. Can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Honey! Hey Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. Dorothy on the go. So I wasn't too far off. I think Fluffy Dream was one of the drinks that I guessed for her. Optional commentary. Thanks. Oh yeah, before you leave. What? Are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yeah. Sure, I'll be here then. Huh. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah. Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Who the hell is Becky? Who's Becky? Who's that? Who's what? You said... I said nothing. Okay, fuck that noise.
Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means.
She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at the risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher on hand. Please? Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine? I am. Don't worry. Hey Jill, mind if I ask a silly question? You've seen my clients. You can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Sorry, what did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but the word boomer seems so out of place. Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who were called such. Oh. Let's go a bit back first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some kind of anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki-Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romanenko-Yamada treatment? The let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Haha, what a story, Jill! Not to mention Zaibatsu Corps' record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stenjevich. Was it Stenjevich? Let's call him Stenjevich for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stenjevich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Stenjevich, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then, the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved through that treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers. A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are. You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus, they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. We have confirmation! Jill confirmed. Jill with the facts. Cat girls have regular ears. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought that they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today, thank you. Thanks for subscribing to Cat Facts! Don't worry, I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind, I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait! What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stenjevich. I just remembered Sylvia Stenjevich was around my age, and when I was a teen, there were some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. And now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there.
All booze and no firecrackers makes Dana a dull girl!
Oh, this party is gonna be wild. Rent is due on the 30th. Please make sure your account. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, we're so close to the 31st, though. I wonder if I should just keep going. I mean, it's only been an hour, too, so I think either way I'm gonna do at least one more day. Yeah. What did Jill say she wanted? Return. Kira Mickey. Another poster? Didn't we already get a Kira Mickey poster? Oh, I thought we did. Maybe I'm thinking of the cutesy game poster. Have a very nice day. Do the thing. Okay. Hopefully I won't get too tired of talking. Hopefully I also have a voice tomorrow. I'm gonna keep drinking tea and find out. Also, I did lower the amp on my microphone compressor settings a tad, just a tad, because I feel like in past streams it's been just a little like too overpowering. I hope it sounds good. Evening. Hey.
Okay, so we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff.
Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me?
I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times.
You're not gonna say anything, Jill. If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness.
I know what I said!
I love it. I love Dana so much. Fine, give me that list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss.
What gives you that impression?
Call it a gut feeling, a gut punch.
Did you know Gil has a crush?
He what?
A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages, and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backward, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up for fuck's sake.
And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it.
That's right.
Huh.
Alright then, to the office I go!
As for me, we have lives to change and mixes to drink. I mean, the other way. No. We have Skyline, we have Dusk.
We have those.
We need every day as night for sure. Gil with a crush. Huh. This place, great. Oh, if it isn't...
Hey Jill, sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail.
Boss, stalked woman incoming.
The door's open!
Go ahead, the door to the left.
Thanks.
Hello there.
Oh, hi there.
The other one, that's the bathroom. What is Red Sheba doing in the bathroom? Wait, oh yeah, Jill had the same thought. Now where did she? Oh, the hellhole, perfect. Hey kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh, he remembered me after 2 weeks. Wow, it's certainly been a while, Mr. Donovan. I can't wait to not have a voice after talking to you. didn't make it big. I forgot he likes big beers. God damn it.
Sure, good enough. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations, and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports.
I see no difference in my feed, though.
That's really unethical.
Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right?
A shitty page that will over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know.
Then why not try to rectify that image?
To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls in the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu Core and the company have an eye on every publication, and they haven't bought yet. Report on them once, and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice, and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, and the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line.
Huh.
Glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately.
Oh yeah, that.
Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants.
What is an illegal chicken? Huh.
Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing.
Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that.
Alright kid, let's try a moonblast now.
Come again?
Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time.
Huh. Moonblast.
You got a moon!
Moonblast sounds very tasty, actually. I want to try a Moonblast. Here.
Now, let's see what the ruckus is about.
So... what brought you here?
Oh, right. Didn't you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up.
No, not really.
Did she jump to the roof then?
Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview?
Not really, just hitting on her. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring.
Why, though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something?
Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. I want to know just how detailed those king-class Chia models are personally.
And so you followed her.
I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson.
You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something?
A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? Well, I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver.
Right. Yeah, let's literally pile drive him into the fucking pavement. Please, get out of here. Maybe if I give him enough karmatrine, he'll fall asleep. No, I'm convinced the man doesn't sleep. Here. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left.
Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video.
No, thank you! Seems you had a hearty talk.
Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos.
How nice of you.
It's nothing really, and she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet?
Sure. Miss Idol? Blue fairy, because she looks like a freaking blue fairy. The moon will blast.
Thanks.
So, do you know why Donovan was following you?
I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him.
I see. It seems like he was just trying to come on to you.
You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship.
Figure. Wait, you are?
It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now.
Really?
We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help me with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, it wouldn't hurt to try.
How nice.
He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise.
I see. Hey, can you really walk so calmly? These streets aren't exactly safe.
Really, I haven't faced any issues lately, except for Dawson. Sure, they've tried to muck me once or twice, but it's no big deal.
No big deal.
Every time someone tries to mug me, somebody pops out of somewhere and stops it. Makes me feel like I'm always protected.
Those are some hardcore stalkers. I guess the fact that she ran away from Donovan, even after all that, says something.
Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea?
Let me see. Right, what did we get her last time? Bitter and girly. Grizzly Temple? No, that has Carmetrine in it. Oh, was it a Sunshine Cloud? Yeah, optional Carmetrine. I think that is what we got. Man, that was a while ago. She's too famous to be robbed. She has a force field of people around her at all times.
Yeah, this works.
Hey, you're a King Class Chia, right?
That I am.
May I ask you something about your model?
Sure.
Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72?
They both serve the same purpose, but the FC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that, or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say.
Huh, I see. So, anything new for this concert?
Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug.
So, you know the B-Link girls?
Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are.
Really?
Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Ayana is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy.
Huh. Hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something.
Well, they wanted to pop out in the public. They once told me, if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept.
And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. Sorry, I smacked my microphone.
I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate.
True, I guess.
Well, I've gotta go, but let's have a sparkle star first.
Alright. So what song is this? Optional Carmetrine. No, she doesn't really like alcohol, so no. Here.
Sparkling. Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill.
Please come again.
Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you.
Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. All right! She's the only one who acknowledges Gil in a genuine way. Oh, poor Gil. It's no longer dangerous to keep playing. I don't believe it. Poor little fuckboy! Note to self, buy oil for that door. Now to mix these up a little bit. But I want to play this one first, again, because I like it. Alright then. Gil, you're in my spot, please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings! Ah, Stella, what can I get you?
I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today.
This doesn't sound like every day is night. What the heck? The other time that I played it, it didn't sound like it either, so... Does it even matter what order I put the songs go in? Like, is it random still? Why did they let me swap it? Or even select it in the first place? Here you go.
Thank you.
Hello, Spock. Thank you for following. Guess I'll see you around. I haven't seen you chatting at all, so that came as a surprise, but hello. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say?
I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi.
Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again.
Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean.
Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here, especially the bathroom. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick.
Really?
He's a bit out of it today, though.
I see that. Hey Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city?
Gold Rush.
Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits.
I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? I just realized that that Spot guy is probably that one Twitch person who just like his entire stream is about following people and getting subs and everything. It's the same guy who followed you, I think, Doc. So that's depressing. Unless they happen to say something right now! God damn it, Doc.
Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... Sorry. After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, breaking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on.
Oh, hey, Needle.
Any white knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynching, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days.
Yeah, this song is way too intense for this moment. I couldn't even imagine it being played in a bar unless it was like a dance club kind of thing, and I don't think Valhalla is like that. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? If the game like displayed what song is currently playing, then I'd be able to avoid it in the future, but unfortunately I cannot. No, now we're talking. This is a much better song.
It's new tech. A whole new field ripe with patience just opened for many.
Patents, not patience.
So I'd say yes.
Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how.
There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit.
Unique? Captain Jack? Oh no.
The guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes.
What?
They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say that they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement.
You know a lot about this.
It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you.
True. Wait.
Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians.
I guess even Zaibatsu Corps has its limits, huh?
People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corps because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. And then again, most of the demonization is due to the Quincy being such a clown. Quincy. The Quincy. He has no power anyways. He's just the front that whatever council behind Zabatsu-Core chose. He makes a fool of himself, and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu-Core is actually doing. Yeah. So, what you were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park. I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously. And what? Can I get a Brantini here, please? Sure. She has a drink to talk about what she what she talked about, what she said, Henshin Heroes. Oh, this is a real nice song. But what the heck is it? I want to play it again. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kiramiki Encore concert. Nice. Alright, as it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? I can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true. Amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what's made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Overwatch League. Although, to be honest, I've never put that much thought into that one. How half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy? Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Sei and her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. So, like a beer? Although she does like Bleeding Janes, I think. She's ordered those before, but whatever. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Stella's personal bartender.
Thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story.
What would it be?
Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I guess trying to crack it in the first place, but...
That would be true if the tech was patented in the first place.
It isn't?
Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside of one of those suits.
So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal.
The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say?
Why do it though?
When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is.
Screw the rules, I have money!
And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money?
I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point of our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure.
Please come again. Dodge that question. Ah, Alma. Let me get a sip of tea. For a game about drinking, it certainly is hard to actually drink stuff while playing it. No, hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you?
It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First the greetings stop, and then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy.
You're exaggerating.
I'm not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time.
Ah, jeez. Fine.
Hello, Jill.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary.
Wee-wee? Hello? We've become Virgilio. Over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. As of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more.
You overdid it. You totally overdid it.
Quoth the bartender. I did not.
So you like poetry?
I had a phase. Can I get you something?
Let's start with a big cobalt velvet.
Sure.
A big one!
I remember how to make big drinks, right? Here.
Thanks.
'Tis the tits who have descended. Rapping at my chamber door.
Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells?
Oh!
Wow, you went pale.
No, the name doesn't ring any bells.
May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change, thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong.
Did she hack somebody's, like, digital diary or something?
Jill?
I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left.
I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived.
Why? Why?
Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad.
What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is?
We've all been young, Jill. Relax.
It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? God, no, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know. I like the way you looked. All just up in black with a rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know, I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's tighten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Are they trendy now or something? Everybody wants a sugar rush. Optional Carmetrine. Mixed. Easy. She's so casual about anything hacking related she ever does. Well, it's so easy for her. And knowing everybody's business is just like the normal for her. Remember, she gets hired to do a lot of this stuff. It's just an everyday thing. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past. I've earned the right to dig through yours. Oh, yeah, I guess she's a hypocrite. Fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yup. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I describe as such that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight, and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it... Anyways. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't. Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids.
There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he changed his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will ya? Sure.
Old Dickie. Beer. Thanks for telling me that, by the way.
Don't mention it.
Okay, one more question and we're even.
Wow, you really are embarrassed at that plug, huh? Sure, ask away.
At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? The truth come out.
Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, in honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you.
I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as a compensation then.
I gladly take your offer.
It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped?
Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh.
There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices.
Oh.
For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses.
She really is like Sombra.
If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but there's small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud.
How did your family take the operation?
They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands.
Don't you miss them?
Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment, and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible, and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine.
And you didn't tell your mom about that?
I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So, are we cool now? Are we even now?
Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once.
No, you don't.
Why?
You just called me by my full name.
Are you serious?
One chance and only one chance, and you just used it up.
Damn it!
Surprise. Oh no.
Hey Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts?
Hey!
Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read that once was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions.
Oh, you're totally right, Doc. The TV did go out as soon as she appeared. Has that been happening this entire time? Still an interesting read, though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself that you're crazy.
Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
All done.
I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason the idol girl left him like that, it seems.
You think? It might have been a while. It might have been while he was out.
True. Hey, boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so...
That I am, yeah. Why?
I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake?
Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome?
8th grade what?
When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through a good old wrestling, but...
No, seriously, 8th grade what?
But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show. It just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake.
Huh. I didn't think about it that way.
Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble.
Oh, wait, what?
Come here, fuckboy! Fuckboy!
8th grade what?
I know what I said!
Alright. Wait, what? Jill couldn't pay her rent. What do you mean? Is this supposed to happen? I feel like I wasn't paying attention to it because, I don't know, it seems like it wouldn't be a problem. Because I've been buying stuff to keep Jill happy. And also I've been making, I don't think I've had any screw-ups with my drinks like recently, at least not since the last payment. So what the heck? On the other hand, if the end of the game is coming soon, like after the 31st, maybe this is supposed to happen.
I mean, what else are we gonna do? Is the story just gonna cut off, like, with no satisfying ending whatsoever, and then you have to replay the entire thing to talk to everybody again? Oh well, I'm not gonna do that if that's the case. I'm not starting over, Doc. No, absolutely not. Oh well, sorry, Jill.
Have a very nice day. Or maybe I can just stay at Dana's house. Right? She would allow it. She's cool. Great earthquake. All right, the thing that Stella was talking about. Whatever. New Lilum regulations, though. Current regulations preventing Lilum from looking too human have been working well so far, but Glitch City's government is planning to create even more new laws so as to enforce robot-like features among the Lilum in bid to reduce identity theft. Oh, and to keep people from freaking out about Replibots. First, to allow robots into a normal society. Unfortunately, the first year saw numerous reports of identity theft, resulting in the need for more stringent measures. Well. I haven't found any Ripplebots yet. At least they haven't come to the bar. Kira Mickey wrote about Valhalla. Uh-oh. Actually, that might not be a good thing. Because that means all her fans are going to want to come here. And this bar is going to go to hell. Because it's going to go straight to heck.
The name sounds silly and a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute and small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area was called Neon District.
No, Miggy, no, don't give them directions.
At first it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back, but once I got in there I felt really safe and at home. The bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts, and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks were very tasty, even though they weren't made of real alcohol.
Well, no, they weren't, because you specifically asked for non-alcoholic drinks, Kira Mickey. Anyway, that's another reason now for me to believe that the end of the game is coming, because, I mean, wasn't this bar supposed to close anyway? And if all of her fans are now going to come and ransack the place, what then? Yeah, see, Jill's on the same page with me. Maybe Jill is better off going somewhere else anyway. Even if she can't pick up her rent. Maybe she and Dana can start their own wrestling league. Did I save already? I better do it anyway. Again. But that's it for tonight. I feel like we are nearing the end in some form. Whether it's supposed to be the end or whether it's my own fuck up. But yeah, next stream next week might be the finale for Valhalla, and then I guess we can start something new after that, but I haven't thought too much about it because I'm just enjoying this a lot. Yeah, I could go pick up a job from Stella. She did offer me a job, that's right. But what is Gil gonna do? Maybe Dana will just officially adopt him. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out. Good night, everyone. I'll probably stream... I'm thinking about streaming tomorrow morning, actually, because I have a day off. There's a huge Eagles parade happening in Philadelphia, and we're expecting so much chaos and commotion over it that my company has just closed for the day. So I have a bit of free time, and I am leaning towards doing more Minecraft dev, if that's something that interests you. If you want to learn more about commands and help me create some stuff for World 4, I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good night for now. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot to pick the music for this. Which one did I want to do? What is it? Here's a nice little Final Fantasy 13 song. Doc, I will definitely co-op stream with you in some shape or form. We just have to pick a good day and a good game for it. Anyway, ta-ta.